Hey everyone, it's Lily here, and by popular request from my Instagram pictures I posted last night, I was up late making donuts, and a lot of you requested that I show you how I made mine because obviously if you've bought this punch already by the EK Tools, you'll know that the punch really only punches out the frosting area minus the sprinkles, and you are left to create a donut pretty much on your own. To me, I think this should have been a two-part punch, but I'm going to show you how I made these super cute donuts using this punch. Now here are the donuts that I've created using this punch. I think they came out really, really cute. And then if you look at the donut, if you create a donut the way they show you in the picture, it really just does not look like any donut I have ever eaten, nor do I want to eat this. So I'm going to go ahead and show you how I made my donuts. So the items you'll be needing for this donut project is obviously going to be your EK Tools donut punch. I ended up having to pull out my little circle punch from Hobby Lobby, which is a 1-inch punch. If you have something slightly smaller, that might be better, like a 3/4, but the 1-inch will work. And this came in a 4-pack that I got when they were half off, so this helped me out a lot with this project. And then you're going to need your whatever kind of glue you use to glue your layers. You're going to be making 3 layers, and then you're going to need some sort of gel pen or a pen that can rub off easily from the paper because we'll be marking another circle, and then a pair of scissors. Now unless you have a circle punch that goes just outside the rim of the frosting, then you're going to need to cut. But if you do have a circle that is that size, that would be even better. You'd be even quicker at this than I was. So those are the items you're going to need. And then of course you're going to need paper. I chose this paper that I hauled yesterday from Joann's. It is the Tim Holtz Distress paper, so it's really durable, and I picked this brown color because it does have texture and looks like donuts, you know, like the texture of a donut when you baked it, and they have different shades of brown, so that is the color I chose there. And then you just want some contrasting color, so I chose this for the frosting, and it is also a thicker paper. I wouldn't go thin. And then something that your sprinkles are going to show through. So when you punch this out, this will be your frosting, and there'll be holes in it, and then you're going to see through this to this paper. So try to pick something with as small a print and bright colors to show through for the sprinkles as you can. So we'll get these, I'll get these punched and then show you after that what I did. So these punches actually tell you to do your punching upside down so you can see the shape. So what you're going to do is just go ahead and punch it once you have it lined up, and I try to make my circles as close as possible so that you can almost, well, I could have made that a little bit closer, but you can get as much out of your paper as possible. So that's what comes out of there. Okay, so you have your frosting, and then I already punched my sprinkle one. So what happens with this, which makes it confusing, is this one has holes in it too now, so you kind of have to line them up to where there isn't any blank space showing. Like right there is a pretty decent area to glue it, and then I would use my glue strip to glue these together. So I'm going to do that step and then come back. Okay, so now that you have your sprinkles and frosting glued together, you're going to take it and place the template there on your brown paper. And what I went ahead and did was just traced a little bit over the donut, just like, let me just show you guys, just a tiny bit over the donut. You don't want to go too far, so about that far out from the donut. And I already went ahead and pre-did all my donuts so that I would already be done. So I traced it. I liked the way it came out when I trimmed the frosting down, so I went ahead and used that cutout one and did all my rest so my donuts would be, you know, ready to go when I needed to make a new one. So I'm gonna go ahead and get this piece here. See how it just barely an overshot of the donut? I'm gonna go ahead and get this cut out and then show you what I do next. Okay, so I have my donut template, the bread dough, whatever you want to call it, here punched out. And what I went ahead and did, because this is going to be a marker for you when we use this other circle punch here, we're going to be punching out a hole, because if you use the EK Tools one, you will be just creating more holes, and it'll actually punch your circle also to the same size as the donut, and we don't want this frosting, we don't want it to be the same size. So if you see here, there's a little bit of extra room. And your circle doesn't have to be perfect because we're going to cut up the frosting part anyway and make it look more realistic. So from this part, what you're going to have to do is fold your donut a little bit just to get this flap folded down. Otherwise it will not fit in your puncher. So I'm going to show you how I do that part. Okay, so what you're going to have to do to get this to go in here, because if you put your donut in there, you're not going to punch, the circle was going to punch your too close to your edge of your donut. So what I had to do to get that to line up is slightly fold my corner down of the donut part, and then what you're going to have to do is slide it into your punch to where that circle is almost perfectly lined up. So it doesn't have to be exactly perfect, but you kind of need that circle to be as close to the center as you can, and then you just punch your hole and it should just pop out. If it feels hard, then that means you're gonna punch this piece here, and you don't want to punch a bite out of your donut unless you want a bite taken out of it. That would be fine. Okay, so for the next part, your frosting isn't gonna always be a perfect circle, so what we're gonna do is just take our scissors and we're just gonna trim around the frosting, giving it little divots and scallops just to make it look not so perfect. And so I'm just going around the frosting and just trimming off the edges until I have what I think looks like some frosting. And then after that, I'm gonna put some glue on the back. All right, so since I got all that frosting trimmed up, I went ahead and put my little glue strips on the back, and then you're just going to place that down on your donut. And then what I went ahead and did as an extra step is just to go ahead along the edges and pinch the edges, give them a pinch to round them out a little bit so the donut isn't just so stiff and paper-like, so that when you're done, you end up with something that looks a little bit more three-dimensional. So just a little pinch around the edges gives your donut not such a stiff paper look. But if you want it to be more flat and paper looking, then that's fine as well. But there you go, guys. That's how I made my donuts. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and leave me a comment down below. Let me know what you think of this punch, if you've tried it, or if this is helpful for you. And I'll see you guys soon. Bye.